I never played the original Marathon back when it was brand new. I liked Doom and a bunch of other shooters from that era, but for some reason Marathon just sort of passed me by. I think I was playing Dark Forces instead, which was about, I think, the same zone. It's hard to remember exactly. But anyway, I've been getting really excited about the new extraction shooter that Bungie has just released a bunch of trailers for. It is also called Marathon, and I imagine they're connected in some way, though so many years have passed and so few people have played the original Marathon that I bet they've got a little bit of a blank slate. So yeah, so my gaming group is already planning on playing it day one when it comes out, but I wanted to go back and just see what the original Marathon was like. So there is this free version of it, I think this was free anyway, if I recall correctly, on Steam called Classic Marathon. And I've messed around with it a little bit just to teach myself the controls, because old school games did not have proper tutorials, and there was nothing that was going to teach me how to play this game besides diving in and just trying it out. So I'm gonna hit begin new game. We're gonna start from scratch. I have played a little bit of it just to teach myself how it works. Arrival. So I think the original had cinematics that this doesn't have, and I'm wondering if maybe the cinematics were just like done in a format that wasn't easy to convert or something. I'm not sure. Also, what in the world is going on with this? I don't understand. There's this massive frame around it. Is this how the original game was? That doesn't seem that likely to me, except that, I mean, look at the really important information that's in this HUD. I mean, you've got your health bar, you've got your blue bar, whatever the blue bar is, you've got diagrams of your weapons at the bottom. It would be weird if this wasn't part of the original. And I guess, you know, UX standards were very different back then. I did actually, like, the second game that I ever worked on, the first draft of our UI was actually a frame of like this. Like, I sort of recommended, you know, I drew up a very rough diagram of what I hoped the UI would be able to show, and the artist basically made an enormous frame that took up most of the screen with just a little window to play the game. And I was like, I don't think that's what we're doing these days, but that had to come from somewhere. So maybe this really is what the game looked like on people's screens. Okay, so I didn't realize this at first. I think these are interactive. Yes, so this is how the story is actually delivered. You interact with these terminals, and they say things like, today at 8:20 hours, 8:20 hours, is that what you say? The Marathon came under surprise attack from unknown hostile forces. The Marathon has sustained serious damage. At 8:30 hours, alien forces boarded the Marathon. The current situation is dire. All personnel are required to arm themselves and fight for their lives. Then we got a message from Leela, whoever that is. Welcome to the Marathon. I'm Leela, one of the 2 surviving artificial intelligences aboard the Marathon. Oh, so I'm talking with an artificial intelligence, kind of like Cortana? I've been severely damaged and I'm working to understand the current situation. Find the teleport terminal located in the hangar's control room. By that time, I should have a better idea of what is going on. End message. This is where you are now. From here, you can explore the rest of the hangar area, although not all of the doors on the level are functioning. There's a pattern buffer at this location, and I think that's where you can heal. There's a jump pad at this location. Activate the terminal to leave the hangar area. Okay, so there's a spot in the middle of the map that is connected to a bunch of tangly corridors. That's where I'm headed, and I want to get there by way of the pattern buffer. And that is that. So it's interesting that this game is starting in a ship that is under attack, and I am being helped by a friendly AI. This does have echoes, very strong echoes of Halo. Whoa. I felt like I was sliding around a lot. I think that going downstairs is a little bit like going down a water slide in this game. Okay, so there's a bunch of guys. I think that little tung 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 sound was me picking up ammunition. You can see at the bottom of the screen, it shows there's a gun in my right hand, and it has 5 bullets in it of a clip of 8, and then I've got 8 more. No, wait. Yes, I got 5 more clips. I got 5 clips of 44 ammo, each of which has 8 bullets in it. I also have 1 clip of MA75, And that's going to go in a different gun, I imagine, later on. Okay, so I'm going to hit the M key to look at the map. This is a very Doom-style map, but you'll notice there's this spot to the right of me where two rooms overlap with each other. And that's important because this is a technological advance beyond Doom. Dark Forces did this as well. In the original Doom, the entire map could be laid out in 2 dimensions because no walkable floor could be above another walkable floor, which I think technically simplified things in a lot of ways, but it meant that there was a lot of things you just couldn't build. Marathon has areas that overlap with each other because one is lower and one is higher. They hadn't figured out like an amazing way to show that on a map, so you just have them overlapping, and it's actually taken till, games like, I don't know, Jedi Fallen Order to try to come up with ways to represent properly 3D maps like that, and even that was hard to read. So I think they did an admirable job, but it was hard to read. Okay, so yeah, not all the doors are working. These are doors. So because I've played through this just a little bit already, I've learned some of the visual and sort of button pressing language here. Like, for instance, tab is the interaction button, which doesn't work when the door doesn't work. It kind of surprised me, though, because I remembered space in Doom was interact, so that's what I tried first. But space fires the gun. Tab was map in Doom, but tab is my interaction button, and map is M. So you can tell this was developed during an era when they hadn't laid down, like, a firm set of standards for how you control a shooter. Ow! Oh, I'm being hit. Okay, I'm having a lot of trouble moving. Okay, here we go. Alright, yeah. So occasionally I feel a little trapped. Because we took some damage, let's go over here to the pattern buffer. This is the thing they showed me on the map. I can save my game here. Oh, wait, the pattern buffer is where you can save. Oh, it's not where you heal. Where do you heal? Ah, there's a thing that heals you, too. The problem is, like, all the control panels in this game look really similar to each other. And so I'd forgotten which was which. So, okay, so the pattern buffer is a save point. This is a switch to open doors. And you can see it's opening that door right there. So I discovered this on my first playthrough. It opens that door, and then I can interact with this door to open it. I think it's kind of a mistake, though, that the first 2 doors that I encountered that looked like this were unopenable. Because what that told me when I first played through the game was, not through the whole game, I played through, like, this level and a little bit beyond it. When I first played through this part of the game, I assumed this was not a door, because the other things that looked like this didn't open. So discovering that this opened was a bit of a struggle. But a lot of this stuff is, how to design a 3D level and communicate with a player about how things worked. Like, a lot of the stuff is being done by people who had never done it before because almost no one had ever done it before. Maybe, is this a thing where I can... Oh, that's another save game thing. Okay, cool. But yeah, and so people were kind of inventing this art from scratch. So I have a lot of patience for, for the level design in a game like this having its limitations. So I'm a little bit lost here, but luckily, this game has a map. So it looks like, okay, so there is a red spot here, which means there's something that moves. So if I stand on this, it actually elevates me, and then I can, keep walking down a path I haven't walked down before. This one actually, you'll notice it's going over another path. Oh gosh, well, I'm glad I got out of the map. Those guys are Marathon's equivalent of Pinky Demons. They have ranged attacks, unlike Pinky Demons from Doom. But they still just sort of come at you, and they take a lot of damage before they die. Okay, so I don't want to step off any cliffs since I know I'm going in a good direction. Let's have a look at the map here. Yeah, this looks like it's just going to drop me in a hole. Where I want to get is to the left. It's really hard to... Okay, wait, no. I think if I go back down the way I came... And then, is it this direction I want to go? Yeah, this looks like it's taking me the right way. So yeah, I've done this once, but I mean, this is a confusing space. So, you know, doing it once isn't quite enough. To give me confidence. There we go. Okay, we're on a elevator. Okay, we're here now. Is this a place we want to be? I don't know, maybe not. Okay, so we're looking at the hangar here. But this may not be helping us. Yeah, we're just on the other side of the hangar from where we started. Okay, that does not actually help us. Where we really want to get... Is this going to go up? Yeah, this is just on a schedule here. Okay. Where do we really want to get? We really want to get to that room in the middle, the one that's sort of like kind of sketchily outlined. But it looks like this... Does this directly connect to it? I'm not sure it does. Let's... Oh, gosh. Hi. Yep, that's him attacking me. Oh, gosh, I'm trapped now. Please die before me. Thank you. Okay, okay. So... Oh, okay, so here is another story thing. This looks like it's lore stuff. Yeah, not going to worry about that. All right. Okay, so that was a dead end. Ooh, but I can go this way. Let's see what's down here. Ooh, what's this? This might be the thing I was looking for before. Yes. This is the thing what heals you. Okay, cool. So that is, let's remember this in the future. That is down that hallway. But let's explore. Okay, this is nothing. So this was a cliff I didn't want to dive off, but this might actually be where I need to go next. Oh, hello, everyone. Oh, gosh, these are a bunch of... Ah! Oh, I remember what I did last time. Last time I faced these guys, I actually sniped them from up where I started before getting down into the pit with them. Well, luckily I managed to take them out anyway. By the way, it's worth noting that this ship that is being attacked while I get assistance from an AI is being attacked by very long-limbed aliens wearing body armor that is color-coded to match their different jobs. Kind of like the elites in Halo. I just feel like there's ideas here that maybe the team didn't feel like they had fully realized, and so they basically pulled in a lot of those same ideas when they made Halo. Okay, so we've opened a door. Where is this leading me? Oh, okay, this is taking me back up to that central room that I want. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Hello. Okay, there's a switch there. Ah, this opens... Okay, so this door, I saw this earlier. This was the door that was halfway open before. I think this might actually be my destination. I'm curious, can I open this door now? Nope. Still does the machine gun to your ears. Okay, cool. Then I guess we'll hit this. All of the information that I've gathered so far indicates that the alien invasion of the Marathon has been relatively uncoordinated. I suspect this is partially due to the Marathon's large size. However disorderly the alien invasion is, their assault on the computer net has been extremely effective. I detect security breaches in almost every computer system on board the Marathon. I have learned that there is an alien creature that is capable of interfacing with our systems. You must kill any of these creatures that you find. It is a priority that we stop them. Even now they're penetrating my defenses. Teleport now. I assume that that's referring to the guys the ones that I was calling Pinky Demons. And we have teleported. So we are now in a new map. The very beginning of a new map. And it looks like walls only appear on the map when I've faced them, which is interesting. That's pretty, whoa. That's kind of a fun and clever way for that to work. Like, it ends up being a more accurate rendition of what I've seen of the map than if they basically had, like, I don't know, maybe you enter a room and it reveals that room. It feels like it would be more complex to implement it the way that it is, but it's also more useful to me because I can really tell what I've seen, where I've been. You know, if I've looked through a window into a room, it looks different from if I had entered the room. But it shows me something, but not everything, you know? All right. I am now in contact with a number of colonists planetside, but the reports on the situation below are conflicting and obviously exaggerated. The primary medium-range radio antenna has been disabled or destroyed, which makes communication extremely difficult. The only thing which seems clear is that the spaceport was obliterated by low-yield nuclear weapons minutes after the attack on the Marathon began. This I can verify through my own optical instruments. The invaders seem more interested in the Marathon than the colony, at least in the short term. The motives behind their unprovoked attack are still unknown, however. This is the computer terminal you're using now. I cannot teleport you out of this section from here. By the way, if I'm on the Marathon, am I still on the Marathon? Because this is a weird shape for the Marathon to be. Maybe I've been teleported down to planetside or something. Anyway, you'll have to leave from another terminal after you find the assault rifle. Okay, so I'm supposed to find an assault rifle up there. It's got a grenade launcher. Ammo may be scarce, so I should still rely on my pistol a lot. That's where I have to get to leave. Okay, cool. So, right now I'm here, which means I need to kind of follow these tunnels to get out. I do like that I can sort of orient myself while the map is up, and then kind of go whatever direction I ended up being pointed. So I don't know if there's a manual reload button. I haven't found one. Hello, everyone. So I think that these purple guys have like twice the health of the green guys, but are otherwise identical. Okay, so we've got an assault rifle now. And what is this? I don't know. We just turned something off. I think it was the lights. I think this is the Healy thing, but I don't need a Healy thing right now. So you can see how that's kind of wasteful, right? Like, if I'm only facing a few guys, I should... Not my fist. Whoa! Okay, now I'm no longer only facing a few guys. So yeah, you can see on the HUD down below, I've got a bunch of bullets, and I've also got a grenade launcher on this sucker. You see, look, all the control panels look the same. Like, this looks like the healing one, but small. Oh, some ammo. Okay, just the one guy. That is a pistol situation. It is real dark in here. Okay, looks like we've got an elevator running. And... oh, okay, I think that... let's see here. Okay, so I think I've looked into this room. I didn't actually go in. I kept following the tunnels. But I've looked into this room, and there's a shelf up here that I couldn't get to. But if I turn that on, then the stairs come up. This is actually a really, maybe a good place to illustrate the fact that there is no lighting model in this game. And this is true of all, like, you know, games in this era, at least of this, in this genre, where, like, each of these panels, each of these, like, polygons, basically, that makes up this world, it's just got its own brightness value that is, like, you know, I don't think it's directly tied into, I don't think it's baked into the texture, but it's got its own, like, lighting value on it, and they just manually light everything, and then they can change the lights based on, for instance, if I push that switch, all of these things lit up, whereas they weren't lit up before. There's no source for the light doesn't propagate. I can't tell if these things are glowing, if they are made out of glowing, like, textured metal, or if they're supposed to have, like, lights above that are shining onto them. Unclear. But the point is, they're shiny so you can see them. No fall damage, in fact, very floaty gravity. But, you know what? This might be a spaceship or a colony world. So floaty gravity, totally fine. All right. So I need to get back to that room that now has stairs. I think... There it is. I think this is where I save. Yes. Game saved. Uh-oh. I can hear an alien, but I cannot see an alien. I don't want to just drop into a room with an alien in it. Well, I think they're saying I have to. Okay. Not that scary an alien. Huh. Oh, bunch more aliens. Okay, hold on. That seemed like a good use of that device. This seems like feels like a trap to me. But you'll notice that they've basically, again, they're basically, you know, faking the brightness on this surface up here and the brightness on this in unison to make it look like you've got a flickering light shining on the ground. And then this one, you know, you've got a solid light shining on the ground. This is all just, I mean, like looking at the map, these, you know, differences in the floor don't show up, but they absolutely could. Like, because this is basically, it's almost like I'm in a different room right here or something. Like, that's kind of how it works. Is that a thing I can shoot? Nope. All right, I don't know what's going on in there. Let's go this way. Are you a thing? Nope, can't interact with you. You neither, I assume. Oh, hi, everyone. Now, I could switch the assault rifle, but I'm going to see if I can nail these guys without it. Oh, this guy. Okay, yeah, whenever he decides to flash me, I need to dodge. I wonder if they called those enemies flashers. Okay, so this is a pretty blue room. Not sure what it's for. Oh, hello. Did he just come in from space? Oh no, he probably came in through that door. That does look like space. Alright. Okay, what does this place look like? Alright, so there's a little room off to the right that is for nothing. And... oh, hi. This says trap to me. I remember there was some kind of trap I fell into in this level. I forgot where it was. It might be here. Ah, what? Another one? Ah, don't shoot me. Alright, so yes, if I remember correctly, this is the most insane room that I've run into in this game. It doesn't look like much, but check this out. So I can interact with this. And it lowers that elevator, right? It's like, okay, I'm gonna go... oh, what? Okay, hold on. There, came down. Alright, so now... oh. Okay, maybe it's on some kind of timer, so I turn it on. I'm like, oh no, that made it go up. Wait, now it's going down. What? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's weird. The thing that's weird about that is I didn't feel like it was working that way the last time I played this. I assumed it was going to work this way, and it didn't seem to work this way. What I ended up having to do was hit this with a grenade to turn it on while I was standing on it. And then it worked. Did I just... maybe I must have just misinterpreted what was going on, because I thought that this game required me to have a grenade to shoot that button, and I was just like, how could you possibly require me to have a grenade to progress? That'd be insane. Turns out it wasn't insane. I just, for some reason, never picked up on the fact that this switched into like a cycle. Huh. Anyway. Oh, whoops. I just skipped the message. Whatever. I think we're about to get transported. And now we're in a zone that I have not yet explored. This is the limits of what I've seen so far. So we're going to go a little bit further, but I'm not going to know what I'm doing. The Marathon's automatic manufacturing systems have finished making replacement circuits. There are 3 circuits. Each should be in its manufacturing holding chamber. With luck, the alien viruses have not infiltrated the manufacturing systems, but even if they had, I would have no way of knowing. The attacks on my systems are growing more steady. If the counterattack is not able to remove some of the computer infiltrators, then I will eventually succumb. It's interesting. I feel like the language they're using to describe computer viruses and things like that just feels slightly archaic, which is kind of fun. I can't explain exactly why, by the way. It just feels like they're saying the word computer a lot more than I think you'd expect somebody to. It's absolutely imperative that counterattack begin as soon as possible. The Marathon is not defenseless, and we can't let it get taken without a fight. This is where the circuits should be. Look in all the receptacle lockers. There's a pattern buffer next to your current location. I suggest you use it immediately. After you've retrieved the circuits, return to the terminal at this location. I will transport you to the defense center to install them. Okay, cool. The first time I played through this, I had like 0 health at this point. I now have slightly more health. Oh, some kind of little fairy? Where are you? Did you die? You died. Okay. So where am I exactly? Okay. Okay, yes, there's a pattern buffer right there. Did I already use this? I think I probably did, but just in case. What I'd like is something that will heal me. Oh, what? Where? Ah. Wait, what's... Oh, there's guys right next to me. Holy crap. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so part of the problem is there's a lot of duplication in what the buttons do. By the way, I'm almost out of assault rifle ammunition, so I'm going to try to avoid using it for the next little while. But like the space button, the left mouse button, and the shift button all fire the gun. And I think the shift button might actually fire secondary fire. I'm not sure. But so the reason I originally fired that first... oh, hello. Nice ammunition. That first grenade. Here, let me reload. The reason I fired that first grenade was because I was trying to sprint with shift, which is not a thing in this game, but I've just got a habit from other games. So I was trying to... oh, okay, so this is a thing I can't fit through here. Cool. Oh, hello. Ah, what the... Yes, I can heal. Okay, let's remember where this place is. Good to know. All right, so I probably want to get... Yeah, let's keep exploring here. So I hadn't looked all the way through here. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Are you openable? Ah! Okay. You must retrieve all 3 of the repair chips. There's no point in going to the defense center unless you have all 3. Search until you found them. Wait, so am I in the defense center now? Ah, well, hold on. This is a very inaccurate assault rifle. Okay. I just turned the lights on. Oh, hi. I just turned the lights on, I guess. So I'm trying to remember. Okay, oh, this is where I need to bring the stuff when it's ready. Gotcha. All right. So I actually need to go like this way first. It is interesting how much they expect me to be able to remember from the instructions they give me at the very beginning. Like, they give me a bunch of instructions at the outset, and it's basically up to me. Oh, we got one thing. It's up to me to remember what they said. Nothing in there. Looking for 3 thingies. I think I've got one of the 3 thingies. Alright, I'm just mostly making sure there's no enemies around before I start messing with stuff. There's thingy number 2. Some ammo. Some more ammo. Oh, hi. Hey, sir. Sir. Okay, what did I miss? Because I think I've only got 2 thingies. Am I right? I think I've only got the 2 thingies. Does it tell me somewhere how many thingies I have? I don't know that it does. I'm pretty sure I've only grabbed the 2. But maybe I secretly grabbed a 3rd one and didn't notice. I certainly don't see another place to get one. So I think what I might do is go back to the other place and see. Yeah, I think I'll go back to the other place and see if what I've got is going to work. Whoa, bunch of... Okay, cool. That was neat. How do I get out of here? Ah, to my right. Yes, this thing that does not look like an entrance. It just looks like a dark corner. Right, was this the room where I needed to bring the thingies? I think it was. Okay, so that's just the light switch, I think. So I had to bring it here? You must retrieve all 3. Okay, so I am missing something. I'm going to poke around here a little bit because I don't think I gave it a thorough poke. Oh, what? So I wonder if... Yeah, okay. I think I have looked in all the lockers that are down there. But I wonder if they're trying to tell the story that one of them was taken somewhere. One of them was stolen. One of them, you know. And I have to find it in a different place. It's very difficult for a game, like an old-fashioned game like this, with, you know, low fidelity, to communicate things like this. You know, to make it clear when something weird is going on. Okay, there's a weird shape to that room I just left. What is going on here? What is this strange shape down below me? Is there something I can see? Is it part of the sky? Now, where is it? Okay, so it's like cutting across here. Oh, okay. There was a secret elevator there. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I cannot see very well. All right. Oh, what the heck? Something is in there. Okay. I do appreciate that they actually brighten the entire room when you fire your gun. That creates, I mean, you know, there was a really harsh limit on what they could do with lighting in this game, because they didn't really have a lighting model. But that seems like a good use, like a good way to sort of manipulate the limited lighting model that you have. Give the player some really valuable feedback. Because not only is it like undeniable that I'm firing my gun, it makes my gun feel powerful, but also it means I can actually see my targets. Okay. So I think this is the Healy thing, but I don't need it right now. I think I've taken care of all the enemies here. But oh, I'm on my last magazine. So I'm going to switch to my pistol. Okay, we've got a bunch of buttons. Actually, let's push this. Garbage. Okay, cool. Whatever. Impenetrable lore. The hallmark of a Bungie game. Okay, I've turned on... Oh, here we go. Push 2 switches, and now this whole floor comes down. And now the floor comes up. To what purpose? Oh, what? Okay, this is... Oh, gosh, get away from me. That was very opaque, and yet somehow I did actually manage to make it happen, so I guess I can't complain. I have now pressed a switch, and then it pressed itself again. Why am I up here? Is there something I'm supposed to see out this window? Where am I on the map? Okay. We're in a very complicated room that doesn't seem to have anything to do with collecting the thingies I'm supposed to collect. Okay. I'm seriously not sure what I'm supposed to be doing now. I think I've interacted with everything in here that I can interact with, except for the healing I don't need because I'm a badass. And so I think I'm leaving again. So this is the point where you go to middle school and ask one of your friends how they got through this section. Just like, you know, that elevator thing that I just figured out, I figured out kind of by stumbling into it randomly. And, and I think that was just sort of like how it worked. Like, people would figure stuff out randomly, and then they would tell their friends about it. Okay, I'm going to try to ride this down. Okay, so we've got that thing. So I wonder if there's anything else like that. And also, what is spawning these extra guys? Where are they coming from? Okay. So if I go left, or down, I guess, that will put me back in the room that doesn't seem to have any stuff in it. And where else can I go? What else can I try? This might be the end of the video, where we, you know, as much as people complain about yellow paint in modern games, I mean, this is what it's trying to solve. The player being like, okay, I understand that I'm missing something. However, I can't think of a single step that I can take to fix my situation. Like, What's through here? I don't know. I don't see anything. Like, if there's something that I can do to try to explore and figure out where the missing item is, it is not apparent to me what next step I could take. Because that... Yeah, I've opened all these things. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I not open this before? Okay, well, hey, maybe this is the thing I was meant to find. Transfer canceled. Cause unknown. I was afraid this would happen. You'll have to go to the manufacturing transport station to get the last circuit board. Click the 2 circuit board that were transferred and then go to the transport station. Take the elevator here to access the main Okay. There's an elevator there. Is that the elevator I took? You find the 3rd chip intact on the transport station. Okay. So I did accidentally do what I was supposed to do. I just didn't realize there's like a hidden spot up in there. And then that's something. Okay. Was that just telling me that more enemies just spawned? Okay, so what I'm trying to do is... Basically, I want to retrace my steps. I'm taking my life in my hands here. That's what the security breach was. Okay. So yeah. So the elevator that I stumbled into was the correct direction to go. I did need to go down this dark corridor. Okay. Wait, which way did I just go? I think that's the way I need to go. All right. So yeah, the game did actually give me the tools to do it. I just, for some reason, I thought that I had already interacted with that panel, but I had not. Okay, so what we're looking for is... Oh, what the heck? Has this been here the whole time? Okay, cool. Good job. I've received reports from some human security forces. They agree the aliens are concentrating on the aft engineering section. I would conjecture that they will try to shut down the Marathon's reactors. Your next mission will be to put the automatic defenses online. I will give you exact information when you arrive. Teleport when ready. Counterattack. Okay, well, this is moving on, I think, to the next section of the game, so maybe this is a good time to quit. However, I'm not sure what the saving and loading rules are, so I'm going to play a little bit further until I find a pattern buffer. I've received a preliminary report from some members of the science staff who finished post-mortem examinations on 3 kinds of aliens. They report that, by modern genealogical standards, the different aliens belong to different species. I would call that taxonomic standards. I've been collecting as much information as I can and will give you a report shortly. I've established contact with Durandal for the first time since the attack. He seems to have sustained less damage than I previously suspected. Durandal reports that he's been in communication with the aliens. He says the aliens behind the invasion call themselves the Four, and that the ones attacking the computer net are called the but he's reluctant to share the details of his communication, and I cannot understand this. Well, I mean, what he's communicated so far is pretty embarrassing. So your mission here is rather simple. You must insert the circuits in the defense control terminals. This is your current location. There's a shield recharge in the access control room. Here's a supply room with a large supply of ammunition and weapons. You should stop in this room. This is the defense control center. Hopefully the new control circuits will work. Place one in the terminal at this location. And there's the second one, and there's the final one. Cool. All right. What I care about right now is finding a pattern buffer. Okay. Get back with your weird crystal staves. Mystical alien butts. Okay, now I'm just looking around. Ooh, free ammunition. I actually have not paid attention to what kind of ammunition each of the pickups is. You're not a pattern buffer. You're a door switch. Oh, no. Okay, we're in a dark room. And that was the door I came through. Wait, what are you? Nothing? Wait, am I being crushed? What the heck? Yeah, the ceiling's closing in. What? Oh, no. This is going to kill me, I guess. What? It killed me very slowly. And I could not see a way. Does this game have secret doors like Doom? Did I just need to, like, dry hump all of the walls? Okay. So, now what? Now we're back here. Okay. I have to know what happens if I hit continue saved game. I'm back to... Okay, I'm back to the previous level. So there was no save in that level prior to the Crusher room. Really? Really? Did you playtest this on anyone? What in the world? Sorry, just like the modern process of putting a game through its paces would not have brooked that sort of nonsense. That was crazy. That is a great place to quit, actually. Just because, I mean, you know, we're back at a recent save. Just what? And you know, maybe I'm guessing that it had to be that I was supposed to just run around and hit tab on all the walls until something opened. I guess I went specifically for the things that looked like control panels and hit tab on them. But I didn't just tab the entire wall. I didn't shoot the entire wall. Maybe that would have... Whoa. A little alien went by on my screen. Maybe I should quit. Anyway, yeah, there was probably a solution, and I just wasn't panicking enough. I should have panicked harder, I guess. I don't know. That was very, very strange. Anyway, so that's the original marathon. So, you know, while you're getting hyped about the new game coming from Bungie, this is what they've based it on. This, at least, you know, in theory, this is what they've based it on. I'm pretty sure that it's essentially become its own beast to a great degree, but that's fine. It looks like a really cool beast, so I'm excited for that game. Doesn't come out till September, but I don't know, maybe this was interesting in the meantime. Anyway, there's a subscribe button, and I'll put some links to other videos here, and hopefully you'll check them out. I guess, you know, do what you want. You're an adult. Are you an adult? I didn't actually, I mean, I don't know.